What if you could chase freedom in style? What if your motorcycle wasn't just a machine, but an extension of your ambition, your boldness, and your soul? Today, we pit two retro adventure legends against each other, the iconic Triumph Scrambler 1200XE and the fierce Ducati DesertX. But this isn't just about specs, it's about lifestyle. It's about choosing the ride that defines who you are. So buckle in, because this face-off isn't for the faint-hearted. Why these two bikes? When it comes to retro adventure bikes, two names dominate the conversation: Triumph and Ducati. The Scrambler 1200XE brings British grit, charm, and timeless style. Meanwhile, the DesertX is Ducati's answer to off-road dominance, Italian flair fused with raw power. Why these two bikes? Because they don't just look good, they feel good. They're not for riders who follow trends, they're for leaders carving their own path. But which one dominates where it matters most? Let's dive deep, because the battle's just begun. Performance and engineering. Let's start under the hood, or rather, under the tank. The Triumph Scrambler 1200XE roars with a 1,200 cubic centimeters parallel twin, pumping out 89 horsepower and 81 lb-ft of torque. It's smooth, torquey, and built to conquer dirt and pavement alike. The Ducati DesertX, on the other hand, features a 937 cubic centimeters Testastretta V-twin, pushing 110 horsepower and 68 lb-ft of torque. It revs harder, rides faster, and screams Italian aggression. Do you want a refined powerhouse that commands respect, or a wild stallion that dares you to take risks? But power alone doesn't win the adventure game, comfort and control play a huge role. And that's where things get interesting. Comfort and ergonomics. Adventure isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The Scrambler 1200XE offers a commanding upright position, wide handlebars, and plush suspension from Showa and Öhlins. Long-distance comfort? It's in its DNA. The DesertX counters with serious touring intent. With adjustable KYB suspension, a rally-inspired seat, and wind protection that carves through crosswinds, this bike's made to eat up miles in the wild. This is about more than just where you go, it's about how you feel when you get there. Speaking of feelings, how about the thrill of taking these beasts off the beaten path? Off-road capability. Triumph didn't just slap Scrambler on the 1200XE for show. This bike boasts a 32.3-inch seat height, 8.6 inches of travel front and back, and dedicated off-road pro mode. It's the real deal for scrambling up rocks and roots. But the DesertX, it's a desert wolf. With 9 inches of travel, 21-inch front/18-inch rear wheels, and 6 distinct riding modes, it's tailored for gnarly climbs and deep sand alike. These aren't Sunday cruisers. They're modern-day stallions waiting to be unleashed. But let's face it, adventure doesn't stop when the dirt ends. So what happens when the road returns, and the street demands elegance? On-road manners and daily riding. Despite its rugged roots, the Triumph Scrambler 1200XE is smooth and balanced on the road. The throttle response is civilized, the suspension adapts well, and it doesn't just look retro, it rides like a gentleman rebel. The DesertX, however, loves the asphalt too. It's sharper, more aggressive, with a sport bike edge hidden beneath its dirt credentials. Twist the throttle, and it begs you to chase horizons. If your daily grind needs a touch of drama or class, these machines deliver. But your adventure ride must also be smart. And both Triumph and Ducati pack these bikes with something surprising. Let's talk tech. Technology and features. The Scrambler 1200XE is a retro wolf with a digital heart. A crisp TFT screen, IMU-based cornering ABS, traction control, ride modes, cruise control, and even keyless ignition, it's luxury disguised in vintage muscle. Ducati takes it further with a 5 TFT dash, quickshifter, engine brake control, wheelie control, and optional radar-assisted features. This thing borders on sci-fi, without losing its soul. This isn't tech for tech's sake. It's about control, safety, confidence. Whether you're alone in the wild or sprinting through traffic at sunrise. But tech aside, which brand whispers to your identity? Brand legacy and lifestyle. Triumph isn't just a brand, it's a badge of legacy. The 1200XE carries the torch of Steve McQueen, the grit of the 60s, and the polish of British craftsmanship. It's a statement of class and rebellion. Ducati, meanwhile, bleeds passion and Italian design. The DesertX may be young in years, but it brings decades of Ducati precision, racing fire, and design language that turns heads at any cafe stop. Which story do you want to tell, and which story do you want to live? Now, let's break it down. Because the final decision? It comes down to you. Who wins? If you crave off-road heritage, refinement, and a bike that carries history with a modern twist, the Triumph Scrambler 1200XE is your ride. It's a gentleman adventurer's dream. But if you live for high-rev thrills, cutting-edge design, and a motorcycle that blurs the line between Dakar and daily rider, the Ducati DesertX is calling your name. Either way, you're not just buying a bike. You're investing in a lifestyle. One that says, I don't follow the crowd, I ride where the road ends and freedom begins. So, which one speaks to you? Drop a comment below, Triumph or Ducati? And hey, the road doesn't stop here. Up next, we're comparing the unstoppable BMW GS versus the high-octane KTM Adventure. You don't want to miss that showdown. Subscribe now, because your dream ride is just one twist of the throttle away.